I think this next one, as far as like quality goes and everything, I think this one's got a real high chance of being the best of the year.
Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi Season 2.
Oh yeah.
Dos. Numero dos.
We don't know anything about it, to be honest. The only thing we know is that it's confirmed for 2024. Dave Filoni did actually confirm that it's coming out.
We're in 2024.
That's exciting.
How is there nothing?
There's no release dates.
They
That's
didn't really
crazy.
drop any nuggets, I don't think, for the first season. Maybe people in the chat remember this, but I feel like it kind of snuck under the radar even
did.
then.
Yeah, it kind of did.
We're like, what are these extra animated episodes? And then we start watching them. Actually, Nick watched it first.
Yeah.
And he binged it. He's like, oh my goodness, you guys got to watch Tales of the Jedi. We're like, okay. And then I watched them all straight through, and then we kind of chipped through them each year back in the day when it was, because it was right at the same time as Andor.
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
maybe it dropped
I think
right before or
yeah,
after.
I don't remember. Yeah, right around that.
This
time,
is like
I believe.
August, September.
Or
so
no, I thought Tales of the Jedi was earlier in the year before.
I think
Mando.
it was. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was like
This is
I don't
22 we're
remember.
talking about. 2022.
Oh,
There was no
22.
Mando.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Tales. Okay, was Tales end of 2022?
Or
It was-
you're thinking of Visions.
It was August of 2022. I think it was August or September. I think maybe even September. But Andor, it kind of doubled up. Somebody's going to call me out in the
Yeah,
chat.
fact
Yeah,
checker.
it was October
October of what?
22.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so yeah,
Tales-
Andor was
okay.
going on, and then
Yeah.
this was in the middle of it.
Okay.
All of a sudden, we're like, "What is this?"
Right.
And
Yeah,
it's
KG
gonna
was
be-
on it.
It's going to be so
Nice.
good.
Thanks, KG. Always keeping it G rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But that was a surprise, but a welcome one.
Absolutely.
And they kind of blew us away with some of the stories. I didn't love the first episode, but
First episode was
meh. But
the rest.
was like prime. Like gave us stuff that you like answers to things that you didn't know you wanted answers to. Like in some ways, but they didn't pull their punches. That was the other thing I liked about it. Like they went hard in some of that stuff. What was your favorite arc on that, Matt?
I really liked the last episode of Ahsoka.
Yeah, that was how
That was great.
you do good Ahsoka right there. Animated, and it was still Ashley Eckstein too. Yeah, we got it.
so, are we going to get any more of Ahsoka in Tales of the Jedi season 2, or is that wrapped?
Knowing Dave, I feel like he's not going to be able to help himself just because he absolutely loves Ahsoka.
Right.
I really hope that he goes a different route, because at least he did in this go a few like different characters, like with I really like that he dived more into Dooku, because Dooku's a super fascinating character, and you could do a lot. And Qui-Gon,
You know who else I think they could actually, now that you say that, is Mace. They could do some,
some more Mace,
because they could
did
get
that.
Samuel L.
Yeah.
Post
Jackson.
lightning because he's still alive. Probably
They could do that. That would be I feel like that'd almost be a cheap way to like
Oh, bring him back.
bring him back. Yeah.
They brought Maul back in animation.
George brought Maul back in
Oh,
animation.
okay. Well,
Just
Filoni's in charge of creative now.
Yeah.
He's the new George.
let's see. Yeah, and now he has no excuse. I'm just saying that right now.
Uh-huh.
No excuse, Dave.
Dave, you got no excuse. There's nothing to hide behind anymore.
Nothing to hide behind now. You better get your ducks in a row, baby. Otherwise, the
poop in a
fans be
group.
coming after you. I think if they go Tales of the Sith, it would be even more interesting. Like if they go, like when Dooku's like dark side, and they could even explore a little bit more with how Dooku convinced what's his name to create the clones, because that's never been like shown.
Sifo Dyas.
Sifo
Or-
Dyas. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But like Emperor Palpatine, if they went Plagueis, that would be absolutely amazing. If they kind of played off the books, but I don't know. They're kind of
if-
short enough that you don't have to do too much with it. But
Yeah. What if that tied into like Omega, how she became, or some story
Done
there?
with Omega.
if it makes her a better character,
Right.
then
Could it explain and make us like her more in the,
I don't think it'd make me like her more in the
okay.
first two seasons, but like
if they change some of the third.
to the end of the season, or like they change it enough and give us a reason to actually be like, why do we care about this character other than like she's like a kid that we need to protect, but
yeah, like
she doesn't listen to anybody.
why do we want her?
It's like, what's the point?
Give
other
me a
than
reason.
the only other thing we know about her is just she's an unaltered but definitely altered clone from
Yeah, that
Django
makes
because
sense.
she's
I
a
don't get it.
female.
How yet unaltered.
Yeah, so that's the
Yeah.
only thing. So
Altered something.
I don't know.
It's confusing.
It is confusing. I hope they don't go that route.
Well, even
actually.
like the funniest thing is like for all these years we've known the clones as the clones. It's Rex and who's the guy that plays all the clones?
D. Bradley Baker.
Yeah, but in live action, like
No.
Tamora Morrison.
Yeah.
yes. And so we've always known the clones as being Tamora Morrison.
Yes.
Then they create the Bad Batch. Well, guess who's the super clone now? A perfect lady.
A perfect girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's like we're taking everything that you know and love,
a lot of it.
and we're
You'd
actually
think
making them
the guy
sub
would be,
because they're
considering
altered
he was
clones.
based after him.
She's the only altered clone.
Except for Boba, you do have Boba
Yeah,
out there,
you
and that's how I actually could. If they
They're
bring
siblings.
Boba into it,
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think that would actually make the show way more interesting. I just don't
Saboba?
think they will. No, not Saboba. No. Taiwanawanga. No, that's not Saboba.